Hi folks, I've just been doing a video answering your questions, guys. So that's Chris, in fact, actually, let me just grab that. So that's Chris and Matt. I'd say there's their questions. So I've just spent 45 minutes doing a video and answering these questions very long-windedly as usual. Now I'm going to use part of that video, I think. Now also that means my battery is also quite low now. Also been having trouble with my screen. Basically what I want to do is I'm gonna perhaps redo some of these answer these questions, because like I've got my position in the video is like I'm right in the corner, I'm down here, you can hardly see, you know, I'm right like this, and it looks rubbish, to be quite honest. And I've just spent 45 minutes. See, like I say, with that screen that's in front of me, it's really hard. Because it's such a small screen, it's really hard to tell just exactly where my position is in terms of, you know, I can see it more or less, but not completely. And you know, I didn't realise I was that low down, you know, and it just doesn't look good. Now, it's also 45 minutes long. Now, I'm debating whether I just upload it as it is, regardless, or do I edit it? At least then chop it up into smaller chunks, but that's going to take some time as well. So I'm kind of debating, do I upload it as it is, even though warts and all, or do I try to edit it? I think what I might do is I think I am going to just upload it. It's 45 minutes long though, guys. I mean, I don't know if you're quite willing and prepared to sit and listen to me telling my war stories of when I was homeless and all the rest of it. If you're quite happy to listen to that for 45 minutes, then fine, I guess. So yeah, I think I will upload it. I noticed as well that I focused mostly on Matt's questions, really, in terms of the homelessness. I did mention to Chris that my cat's name is Spot, and the reason why I called him Spot. So again, you'll see that in the first video that I'm going to upload shortly. Now, with it being a 45-minute video, it's going to be a couple of hours as it uploads to YouTube at that length, I would imagine. Now, the other thing that Chris had asked, he wanted to hear more about my art, and I didn't really focus on that so much. I focused on the homelessness question more. That's mainly because I just got caught up in the story. But in terms of my art, Chris, I've been painting ever since I was a kid. I was brought up by my dad, who was a very Victorian. He was born in 1911, my father. He was 53 years of age when I was conceived. The thing is that he kept a very, very short leash on me, especially when I was a kid. And anyway, so a lot of the time I spent because we moved around a heck of a lot as well, but wherever we lived, more often than not, if I had a room of my own, which wasn't every time, but you know, when I was in a room of my own, I used to spend a lot of my time in my room drawing cartoon characters like Donald Duck, Mickey Mouse, things like that, you know what I mean, the Walt Disney cartoon stuff. So I would be drawing pictures of that, and I guess it just sort of progressed from there. It was the only thing I was any good at school. I was rubbish at everything else. The only subject I, like to say, I excelled at was art. And so as I got older, and as, like I say, you know, I got more positive attention and positive feedback in terms of my art, I decided that's what I wanted to do in my life. I wanted to be an artist. And again, to cut a very long story short, I didn't necessarily fulfill that dream until I came to London, still homeless, and then my life started to turn around for various different reasons, which again, at some point, if you want me to, I can go into what that was all about as well. But anyway, in terms of the art, I do mention it in one of my videos. The first exhibition I got, my first ever solo exhibition, which was quite successful, and that was in 2011. And how that came about was I was at a centre called the Resettlement Centre, Blackfriars Resettlement Centre, and I was doing well, I was doing a couple of things there, but one of the things I was doing was a thing called Art to Print. It's a social enterprise thing. Anyway, so on that road where it was, they moved buildings for a little while whilst they got a new building built. But anyway, it's on Great Southwark Street. And one day I was walking down Great Southwark Street, coming away from the day centre. I'd been there for a little while, walking away from there, and I'd passed this shop, and in the shop window it says gallery space £100 a day. Now in London, for gallery space, £100 a day, that is amazingly cheap. You know what I mean? That is amazing. Do you know what I mean? I couldn't believe it when I saw that. And for me, back then, I was on benefits. I was receiving benefits, and so I wasn't working at that point. And so for me, it was like, wow, that's just about doable. I can just about scrape enough together for maybe 2 days. You know, I could just about scrape about 200 quid together. It would have been difficult, and it probably would have left me, you know, very very tight situation. But you know, because like I say, you know, I see myself as an artist, and my work is just sat at home for most of the time, never sees the light of day. So, you know, to me, it was worth it. It was worth taking a chance on it. Do you know what I mean? So I decided to go into the shop and speak to the person who had put the sign in the shop saying a gallery space £100 a day. Turned out to be a lady called Nolia, and Nolia, I think, like I say, she's from Malaysia originally, but she's an amazing lady, absolutely amazing. I really liked her, got on well with her. And anyway, I just told her a bit about myself. I told her a bit about my story, and she was so impressed, so you know, amazed at my situation that you know, well, I mean, basically, you know, like I say, it's £100 a day, and yeah, that's exactly what I was going to pay. But as part payment, because I had some paintings I did of the Avatar from the film Avatar, I did a couple of paintings of the one of the characters, the lady character that the main character meets. Anyway, I can't remember the names and all the rest of it. But anyway, she really liked it, so she took that as part payment for the 3 days. I got 3 days initially. So I can't remember exactly whether I paid £100 or £200 all told. I can't quite remember. But anyway, it turned out, because there was no one after my exhibition would finish, there was no other artists going to exhibit for a few days, and she was going to be having some people come round to look at the building and someone else, whatever it was, blah blah blah. And she didn't want the gallery just being left bare, so she allowed me to leave my work there for another about 2 or 3 days. So all told, it was about 5 days my artwork sat in that gallery. Now, okay, during those 3 days, it wasn't necessarily always open to the public, although there was, I think there was about a couple of days where, because I'm almost certain I went back on my own on a couple of occasions, and Noli allowed me to open up. She gave me the keys to the gallery. I opened up, and you know, every now and again I'd have some people coming in and having a look at the work. This is the technical difficulty I was telling you about. Yeah, you'll see this in the other video. So the reason why I'm making this second video is because I felt a little bit like when I was watching it back, I didn't really answer Chris's question as much or as detailed as I did Matt's. And I didn't think, I thought to myself, oh, okay. And I didn't realise I'd missed that out, to be quite honest. I'm sorry. But that's why I'm doing this video now. To answer Chris's question a bit more about my art. So, like I say, you know, so essentially I got 5 days in there. Like I say, roughly made roundabout. I mean, see, I don't know if I made £2,000 on the opening night. I made about 800 quid on the opening night, I think. Because I got it wrong. When I was watching the other video, when outside, you know, I did a video outside Nolia's Gallery the other day, and I've just finished editing that and putting that up. And so when you guys see it and you hear me say that on the opening night I made £2,000, that's strictly not true. I made about £800 on the opening night. I think round about that. And that was not necessarily the cash there and then. Do you know what I mean? The way it works in the art world, or the way I learned it kind of works, is that it's more on a promise to begin with. You know what I mean? People say, yeah, I want to buy that piece of work. Now sometimes, I mean, I don't know, I mean, obviously it can work in different ways for different people. And I think sometimes people, I mean, I don't know, I'd say I might be wrong, I have no idea, I can only go by my own experiences. But maybe it's possible people can pay for a painting by cash there and then, but I think you'd probably find that that's probably a very rare thing that would happen. So more often than not, people pay by cheque or whatever. So obviously you have to wait until those things clear and blah 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 blah. So like I say, even though there was 2 paintings definitely sold that night. That one for £600, like I say, and then the Bob Marley that you see in the photograph of the Bob Marley, that sold for about £200. So it was nearing £800. I think there might have been one other painting as well, but I can't quite remember. So, you know, we're talking round about 800-900 quid-ish, thereabouts. But then I did go on to sell a couple of other paintings. So, like I say, I don't think I made £2,000 on that exact night, is basically what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to just correct myself a little bit. So, anyway, so, sorry, I'm just really, really tired now, guys. Because like I say, I've been doing this for the last 45 minutes and now obviously it's been longer, so please bear with me. I'm feeling rather tired, and I've not eaten yet. I need to go and eat some food. So yeah, what else can I say about my art at the moment? I've done a few other exhibitions, and I've been part of larger exhibitions, so it's not just me, you know what I mean, it's not just me exhibiting, there's been other artists as well. One was the Black Dog Night at the Vibe Gallery, which is in Bermondsey, in the old biscuit factory. So I did a thing there. I did, in fact that's actually online as well. There's a video that somebody took. The guy whose motorbike you see in the video, Gunter, we became friends because he came to my show, my exhibition, and we met there. You know, I felt we got on like a house on fire, and blah 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 blah. And so we did this collaborative piece together, and sort of performance piece of artwork, which I really enjoyed. It was fantastic. But anyway, I'm conscious of time, and I'm conscious of the fact that I am now really starting to flag. But I will answer any more questions that you have, guys. And if you want me to talk a bit more about my artwork, I will. But sorry guys, I seriously need to get something to eat because I'm really starting to feel like, you know, stomach pains and stuff, because I haven't eaten since, well, last night was I had my tea last night, so I've not eaten since yesterday. It's now nearly 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night here, so I really need to get something to eat. So I'm sorry about this being a little bit shorter than the other video, and I promise I will, if you ask me and if you want me to, I will speak more about my art if that's what you want me to do. Alright, I'm going to leave it there for now, guys. So I'll catch you guys later. If you like the video and enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. And I will catch you guys soon. Bye for now.